Now, I know of an international school. They had no problems with student enrollment. They was turning students away. The area where the school was built, it was developing into a technological industrial hub. Student enrollment was not a problem, and they became cocky. And it was established in mid-90s. They did not care about good customer service until a new international school was opened 10 years later. And then I have a friend who enrolled his children to this new school. So I asked him, why do you pick the new school and not the established school? He told me that the established school, the older school, was actually his first choice. He went to visit the first school, the older school first. When he went to visit the school, talked to the person at the front desk, and he was very dismayed because she was so rude and she was so unfriendly. He reasoned that if the person at the front desk was unfriendly, was rude, probably the principals, probably the teachers were like this as well. So he did not want his children to be educated in this kind of environment. And get this, he did not enroll one kid, but 4 children to the new school. Now you do your math. We charge one student for about, what, 20,000 US dollars for the whole year. So 4 of them is 80,000. And to the best of my knowledge, this friend of mine lived in the city for 8 years. Just imagine how much revenue the first school would have. And you could imagine that the first school's enrollment number began to dwindle. Now, to build a successful school, we all recognize the importance of establishing high expectations for students and for teachers. And I have taught middle school math before, and I know it. Time and again, when you have a high expectation of students, repeatedly it has been shown there is a positive impact on their performance. And same thing for the teachers. If teachers are expected to teach at a high level of effectiveness, they can reach that expectation. And it is critically important to require high expectations of school leaders and school support staff members, because we support and serve the teachers, the students, and even the parents. When I say leaders and when I say support staff, other staff members, I mean all school members. By doing so, we are ultimately meeting the needs of the students, enhancing their learning capability eventually. And the power of implementing outstanding service is the impact that we have on the lives of the students who enroll in our school. Now, a culture of legendary service starts with leadership and ends with leadership. Now, if the school leaders do not understand this value, it is almost impossible to get the rest of the team on board, to stay focused, to stay motivated, to provide excellent service. So leadership is an essential element of raising service standards and creating a customer-friendly environment. Because leaders provide directions, motivation, guidance, and inspiration to employees. And that means leaders must model, and leaders must set an example of what superior service to teachers and staff members. When I say school leaders, I do not mean just heads of school. I mean principals as well, coordinators, business managers, departmental heads, and even the CEO. In the past, there have not been many choices in regards to children education for expatriates. But now, the number of schools have increased exponentially. We have international schools, we have bilingual schools, we have high quality local schools. And it is not difficult for parents to find an alternative. If they're not happy, they move to another school. There are many channels to deal with their dissatisfaction or their frustration. And thanks to technology and social media. And gone are the days when schools competed only on academic excellence, on state-of-the-art facilities. Don't get me wrong, I was a teacher at one time. Academic rigor, state-of-the-art facilities are still very critical. But you and I now, I'm sure many would agree with me that customer service is now part of K-12 education these days. Now, if an organization expects to be relevant, to be solvent, they have to offer good customer service. And when I talk about offering good customer service, I do not mean just briefly serving the customers, doing whatever they like or they want. No, it means interactions, interaction with parents, interaction among the teachers, among staff members, because students will observe what we do and how we relate to one another. Now, I'm going to tell you how to do this. First of all, this assessment will help you identify the positives, meaning the opportunities that you can use to consistently deliver ideal service to students, to parents, to employees. It also helps you to identify the negatives, the potential risks as your growth areas for you and for your school. Now, use this data to raise the service standard and improve efficiency. Now, let me read to you the interpretation of the score. Now, if you score between 91 and 120, you are in a good position. If you fall between 1 to 60, this is what you will probably see your front desk personnel. Don't bother to look up when a student approaches the front desk. Common courtesies among the members of the school is lacking. Staff are ignoring parents' feedback. Teachers are more concerned about their own interests than the interests of the students. So if these symptoms are more real, it is time to put something in place to set your school on the right footing when it comes to service. So what can you do to improve the situation? First and foremost, very important, create a service vision. A school needs to have a service vision. Now, when I say service vision, I do not mean a school vision. I mean a customer service vision. Now, because a service vision will determine what kind of service that you want to provide to your internal, that means the employees, your direct reports, and your external customers. External are your parents, your prospective parents, your students. And a service vision is a cornerstone of a customer-friendly environment. And a service vision is a compass to direct all the employees, every member of the school to a same direction. Every school has a mission, vision, and core values. If your school has a mission, vision, and core values that could not be deciphered into understandable service vision, then I encourage you to create a service vision of your own. All right?